All right, guys, today we're going to be talking about top 10 AI for real estate. It's not grammatically correct because it's a mix between top 10 AI tools and top 10 AI use cases. So we're going to be mixing the topics a little bit. I'm really going to show you what I think is, personally, the state of the art or most practical use cases for real estate. I'm not going to talk about state of the art, but it's going to be what's usable today and the use cases for real estate. What is what I feel the most effective things to do in real estate, and a lot of these things are going to blow your mind as they blew mine. All right, so just to I'm going to give you a little intro as to who I am. And I'm an agent just like you. I was the #2 condo agent in San Francisco, and I built a real estate brokerage called Climb Real Estate. We were top 250 in the US, and we sold it to Realogy, which is now Anywhere and now going to be Compass soon. How crazy is that? Um, I did a master's in electrical and computer engineering, and I did AI back in the day, in the mid 90s, when AI couldn't do anything. Yes, Lonnie, it is recorded and we'll be sending it after. Cool. And one of our trademarks for Climb was that we were very tech forward, and we taught hundreds of agents how to win and how to win with tech and um, yeah, with tech. And after selling Climb, I founded Highnote. And Highnote.io is a preferred partner of Realty One Group. We are a next generation real estate sales platform. We're digital, interactive, and AI, smart presentations, sales presentations like buyer and listing presentations that help you win the deal or your money back. We have a big partnership with you guys. Some of you may be customers already, and we have templates, and we're going to talk about this later. But let's get into AI. And if you've been living, if you have not been living under a rock, you probably heard of AI, and it's going to change our world as it is, and it's going to get only crazier. It's accelerating at such a pace that every week, literally every week, if I don't keep these slides up to date, they're going to be outdated every week. And I'm going to talk about ChatGPT, Gemini, Notebook LM. I'm going to mention Claude. I'm not going to show a lot about Claude, but it's one of the major ones that you should be looking at. Perplexity is a great one. Manus. A lot of people don't know about Manus, but it is my favorite AI agent tool, and then DeepSeek as well. So one thing I will say is you got to get ChatGPT Plus. Pay the $20 for ChatGPT. If you're not ready to pay, then use it for free. But you're going to start running into limits real quickly. And I will say that it's the best $20 you're going to ever spend. And if there's one thing you're going to do, you should do, and take away from this, sign up for the Plus. You get a lot of things ahead of time. There's no limit, there's less limits, and it just allows you to be at par with everyone else. I think it is a must use, must buy tool on the same level as like having Microsoft Office or, Google Slides, but all that's free. But Microsoft Office, you have to pay for it. But I think you got to pay for Microsoft Office, even in this day and age when everyone's using Gmail. ChatGPT is something you should pay for. How many people pay and how many people don't pay? I would love to hear on this call. How many people? Cool. Is there anyone that does not pay for it? I think $20 is well worth the spend. Would you not agree? Um, but it's critical. I think it's absolutely critical. All right. Now, when you're in ChatGPT, good. Pay for one of them. That's what I would say. Gemini or ChatGPT. I mean, just pay for one, but I think ChatGPT, because everyone's using it. It's the gorilla in the space, but I would say pay for one. Good. Oh, that's smart, Claudio. Yeah, I think it's good because there's so many of them to pay for. Yeah, cool. Thank you, Kelly. Well, now what you do is you have projects, this is like old hat now. When I made these slides, when the first version of these slides just a month ago, this was new when you couldn't have projects. But I have projects in here, and all my projects are separated by Mark Highnote, Mark Real Estate, Mark Personal, Mark Social, Mark FF, which is fantasy football, Mark Recipes. So I have different projects for different use cases. And what I do is I group them all my requests into each of these projects, just so it could have a little bit of context in there. And I can organize my stuff and, for quick access. And then this way, when I want to have a follow-up question about any topic, I go back and reference the topic in here. So this is pretty straightforward now, but it's something you should do. Now, one thing I will say, I'm going to give you some things that I've done with chat, and the most obvious thing for a real estate agent is marketing. And what I mean is listing marketing. So write me a listing marketing for the MLS, for this and that. Now, recently I tried this and I uploaded images to ChatGPT, and I was too lazy to even describe the unit for ChatGPT. So I just said, hey, take my images and write me a description. Now, uh, there are limits to how many images you can upload. I forget exactly how many, but I tried to upload 90 of them. Now, it stopped at the first, I think it was 10. If someone can remind me how many images you can upload. But it stopped at some level. And in the beginning of my 90 images were all outdoor images. They were all of this big roof deck that I have for my listing. And and then so what it did was I said, write me a description of this loft. And this is what I said: 18 Lansing 402, 2 bedroom, 2 bath, 1,500 square foot live work loft with a one of a kind roof deck. That's all I said, and I uploaded images. And so what it did was it told me, well, there's two generously sized bedrooms, including a primary suite with direct access to outdoor space. And I said, how did you know that? I did not tell you that. I did not did you look at that up somewhere? Where did you get that from? So, and as you know, you need to double check these AI systems for their results, because they will often hallucinate. And so I was thinking this was a total hallucination. So I was calling chat out, and then what I discovered, this is what I said. So I said, where did you get these specifics? I didn't upload an image of the primary bedroom. So how did you know it connects to the outdoor space? And here's what it said to me. Here's how I inferred it. But to be clear, it was an educated guess, not verified fact. In the rooftop photos you uploaded, there's a bed that's visible through the large sliding glass doors leading directly onto the private deck. The bed is larger, and it appears to be a queen or a king, and the room looks more spacious than a typical secondary bedroom or office space. In most two bedroom loft layouts of this size, the bedroom with direct outdoor access is typically the primary suite, both for livability and resale value. So while I couldn't know with certainty, I reasoned that the room directly opening to the private deck was most likely the primary. Who's shocked by what chat is saying here? Is anyone shocked anymore? Because when I ran this about a month ago, I my jaw dropped. I said, it looked in at the images. This is the image that I uploaded. Do you see this? It saw the bedroom. No, it saw the queen size bed inside the bedroom, and then it made a deduction. Come on, tell me who's shocked by this or not. Uh, Let me know in the chat. I just kind of get a pulse. Yeah, I'm just trying to get a pulse of everyone's understanding of AI. So it reasoned that this was the primary bedroom just because it looked through the windows and it saw it was a queen size bed. I was quite frankly blown away. I was like, oh my gosh, our jobs are in danger in some way. All right. Also, property images, taking these images, editing, enhancing, and virtually staging them. So I started playing around with the images and I said, all right, add people to this image, enjoying wine on the furniture, and make it right before sunset. So what does it do? Adds people right to the couches and it makes it sunset. Now, you could also add all kinds of, so virtual staging is not new. There's a lot of AI virtual staging tools out there, but you could do it right in chat, right? So it's pretty impressive. Now, here is, all right, so I said, now take this image and make it evening. And so what it did was it obviously made it evening. And then it was like a little dark for me. So I said, all right, add a fire pit and heat lamps and add more lights on the buildings. So this is what it did. Add heat lamps. It added more lights through the building windows. Pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. And all right, so that's one of the image capabilities. Now, Nano Banana. Some of you may know about this, but this is from Gemini, and I saw from Google, right? And it's part of their Google AI Studio. And I must say, Google is a mess when it comes to these product names. You have Google AI Studio, you got Gemini, now you got Nano Banana, you got all sorts of different names, Notebook LM, and it confuses the users. But all I will just say is they're rolling things out as fast as they can build them to try to catch up to ChatGPT. But Nano Banana is really impressive. Who's tried Nano Banana before? Let's see in the chat who's tried it. Or I guess a lot of you haven't then. Cool. So I'll show you exactly what it does. So Nano Banana is literally bananas. All right. So what I said was take this image. This image is a penthouse listing, lease listing that I have in Pacific Heights right now. And I said, let's add some furniture to this, right? So, so what it did was it added furniture. I didn't like how it put this chair here on the left in this hallway, right, blocking the hallway door. It doesn't matter. Just for the purposes of this thing, I'm going to show you what it did. Now I said, take this image of me, all right? Take this picture of me and put it in the living room. Okay, so what it did was I wasn't very specific in my prompt, but what it did was it literally put the picture and hung it up on the wall. I'm like, wait a minute, that's not that's not what I meant. But it was because my prompt wasn't very accurate, as specific. So I said, no, cut me out of the image and make me jumping in the living room. Okay, so it's like a Photoshop replacement or even Canva in a lot of ways. Now I said, okay, that's cool, but make me instead take my body and make me sitting in several locations in the room. And so what it does is it takes my body, makes a model of it, and positions me in different ways inside of the room. So this is just amazing how far AI's come in such a short time. It can take a picture of you and manipulate it in different ways and in different formats and in different contexts. So this is me sitting in 3 different positions of the room. I never took a picture like this. I'm not sitting like this anywhere in any picture. It just looked at this image of me. It looked at this image of me, and then it regenerated me with my same clothes, same body proportions, everything, and put me on this chair. I thought it was amazing, absolutely amazing what it can do. All right, and let's see, Sora, OpenAI Sora. Now, with chat, you also have Sora built in to the tool, and you can see it right up here, Sora. Now, what I did here, I tried it with Sora. Not as great, but I will show you what it did. I said, take this picture of me and make it look like I'm speaking in front of 100 or hundreds of real estate agents. Okay, so this is what it did. It made a picture of me in a crowd, but it doesn't look 100% like me. This looks like my dad. I gotta be honest with you. It looks like my dad. It looks like a older version of me. I was quite insulted by this picture. And then it added a couple of it add put me a microphone here, gave me a microphone, made me look older, and then it made me stand in front of a bunch of real estate agents. Great, not bad, not bad. So, but not as good as Nano Bennett, I gotta be honest with you. But it's available, right? If you're gonna pay for one, might as well use the one you pay for. Now, Google AI Studio, right? So Nano Bananas in here, right in here. It's actually free to use with limits. So Google AI Studio is a great one to try and use. I know someone said they pay. Now, I tried Nano Banana again using the same image. So I said, you know what? I want you to, this is the balcony off of that Pacific Heights penthouse. And I said, all right, now take this image of me and put it on the balcony, right? And so what it did is it put it on the balcony. I said, great, that's just like copy and pasting or cropping and copying and pasting. Now, make me looking out over the balcony and looking out to San Francisco. It did that, put my arm here and made me fatter. I didn't like that. Maybe it gave me a gut. I don't have a gut like that. All right. And then I said, no, 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 turn me out to the city. And so it did that. It put me on this balcony and did this. Sora, I don't think can do this. You know, when I tried it, could not do this. So Nano Banana is really great at preserving the character or person that you've uploaded and changing the positions and poses in a way that preserves the image. Whereas Sora, the difference, Sora made me, it just tried to describe me, but it made me look like my dad, an older version. It didn't preserve me as well. It gave me the same shirt, glasses, but not exactly, that's not what I look like. Or maybe I will in 20 years, but not today. So anyway, Nano Banana is a great one. Highly recommended. Having said that, I'm going to explain to you how quickly AI is evolving. The week after Nano Banana came out, ByteDance came out with their own version called Seedream 4.0. And I'm not saying to use ByteDance, but I'm just saying that all of these tech giants are uh, rolling things out constantly. And you need to try and stay up to speed and see which one's the best one for your purposes. And so ByteDance is the company that made TikTok from China. Now, this was an example of a city that was uploaded, and someone did an analysis. If we said turn it into nighttime, the differences between what GPT does, Seed Dream, and Nano Banana. Now, GPT made it dark, fine. Seed Dream made it dark, but it added these nice glowing streetlights. And then Nano Banana actually didn't even change the image. It didn't make it nighttime. So it's my point here is that stuff is all over the place in terms of quality. My experience though, Nano Banana has been the best so far, but you'll see outliers like this where one app is better at one thing than the other. And Seed Dream, the Chinese companies are really coming out with great stuff as well. So, all right, the next frontier. Yes, Diane. Oh, Dion, how are you? Long time. I miss you. I miss seeing you. We love your hello. We love your testimonial about Highnote. But good to see you. Yes, we're going to be sharing this with you as well. Now, the next frontier, if you haven't heard it already, AI browsers. What does that mean? Well, it's just like having an LLM or basically a ChatGPT or your favorite large language model on the right as you're browsing. Now, the two that I've tried, now they've all come out with them. Chrome's come out with their Gemini. Google Chrome's come out with a little Gemini thing. It's cute. I don't really like it as much. Comet Perplexity from Perplexity, which is another large language model, which is really good at search, and I use it for searching stuff, um, came out with their own called Comet. And that's been great. having it, and I'm going to show you how it works. And OpenAI came out with their own called Atlas. This and Comet is less than a month old, I think. And OpenAI's Atlas came out maybe a week and a half ago or something. I've been playing around with both, and at the end of this, I'm going to give you an invite to Comet, and you get a free month of Perplexity Pro with it. So, what do you do with it? Well, so this is my browser. I just did this morning. This email came to me from an agent. As you know, real estate agents, we get a million promotions from other agents. Now, this home, a 3-bedroom, 4.5 bath, 3,800 square feet in Pacific Heights, is asking $10 million, 9.995. So I just said, all right, I don't have time to figure out if this is a good price or not, if this is unreasonable, is it in range? So I just literally asked, this is ChatGPT's Atlas in the right. Is this home fairly priced? I wrote pride and it figured it out. Now, what it did was Pac Heights, one of San Francisco's most prestigious and expensive neighborhoods. Specs, price per foot, 2,600 a foot. Quite high, but not unheard of for top tier Pac Heights properties with views and high-end architecture. And it showed me comps. 2850 Broadway, 3,000 a foot. 2847 Broadway, sold for 20 million at 5,700 square feet, 3,500 a foot. 2,500 block of Baker and adjacent homes of 2,000 to 2,400 a square foot. Now, summary. The $10 million asking price sits on the upper end, but is defensible if, and then, I didn't get the rest of it, but it said it's defensible if it has views, upgraded finishes, and in good condition, etc. So think about how long that would take if you had to go do that yourself. If you didn't know the market, and I don't know the $10 million resale market in, oh, you only see my speaker notes, Cindy? Does everyone see my screen? Does everyone see my screen? Yeah. Okay. Okay, everyone sees it. All right. Yeah, I'm not showing speaker notes. So maybe you're looking at this thinking it is, but it's not. So anyway, think about how long this would take if you had to go into the MLS and try to figure this out, right? I just did this in maybe 1 second in my browser, literally asking ChatGPT to do the analysis for me. I mean, I've gotten so lazy and lazy in my day-to-day work that I don't know what I'm going to turn into after use in a few years, and all of us, right? Now, but it asks, you can ask ChatGPT anything on the right. Now, that's the promise of these AI browsers. All right. Now, another thing I did was with Comet, I basically said, you know, we're all on social media too, right? Now, I got these emails from these two people, and they have an app called HOA Hero. And I got a demo of this app. What they do is you upload disclosures to their app, and they will analyze and provide you a summary of all the things you should be looking out for, key facts about that home or condo, and summarize all that information to one thing. And it's really cool. Now, I wanted to connect with them, Corbin Chase, and then Tom Spaniel. Now, if you wanted to do this on LinkedIn, right, it's not that hard. Just go to LinkedIn, log in, search, and then add them, right? But instead, I'm too lazy. So I said, connect with me to Tom Spaniel on LinkedIn. And before I had done Corbin Chase, so that's why it says here I'm already connected. But I had asked chat or comment here in the AI assistant, log into LinkedIn. I didn't even say log in. Connect with me to these people on LinkedIn. And of course, the first time you do it, you have to log in and everything. But it remembers the login for you, and then it just connected and directly to them without leaving the browser. But it's like asking an assistant to do something, like a virtual assistant. Hey, connect with me with this guy on LinkedIn. Huge time saver. And I also did this once when I had a huge list of people because I'm the uh, a real estate tech ambassador for GEM, which is a real estate networking group. And I received an email that had 50 emails in it on this invite, and I wanted to connect with all 50. How am I going to do that with and keep my sanity? Well, I just asked this comment assistant to do that. I said, connect with all 50 people on this email, and it went through all of them. So you have AI capabilities, but not just that, it's agentic capabilities, agent capabilities. Agent basically means it does a series of tasks instead of just one little task. It does a whole lot of tasks at once. All right. Is that clear? Did everyone understand that use case? And I'm going to move on. Has anyone tried these browsers with AI co-pilots on them? Edge has come out with one as well. Microsoft, I mean, they're all coming out with it. Uh, and because they feel like the LLM uh, really belongs next to you when you're on the internet, and we're on the internet in our browsers for the most part. Thank you, Ari. All right. Now, I'm going to give you an invite to a Comet browser plus Perplexity Pro. Stay to the end. We're going to get that. That's what you're going to get here. You just have to answer one question, and you get 1 month free of Perplexity Pro. And but it's a great browser. I really like it. I like it better than the chat one because it has multiple profiles. But I'm sure ChatGPT will catch up. Now, Notebook LM. Notebook LM is from Google. And this is a really cool app and tool. And what I use it for is to learn things. And well, like what? What do you mean learn things? Well, like let's say I'm studying for a broker exam, right? And I'm at the topic, some boring topic about asbestos and fentanyl and lead paint and stuff. You know, reading it in a book format is super boring, right? It's really hard to digest that information that way. Or let's say I want to learn about a new neighborhood. And this actually happened once to me recently. So I wanted to learn about this neighborhood. And um, Notebook LM basically will deep dive into local data, right? And you could upload all kinds of things, HOA docs, community reviews, area articles, market reports, and then you can then create study guides, testing materials, flashcards. You can summarize it with a mind map. It'll make you a video. It'll make you also a podcast of two people talking about the topic. And I'm going to show you how amazing this is. So let me see if this will open like this. Um, oh, I need to go to the, hold on 1 second. Let me share with the other screen. And I'm going to show you how incredible this is. All right, let me go to my other account. And then, hold on 1 second here. Give me 1 second. This is worth seeing. I don't know why I don't have access to this. Hold on 1 second here. Notebook LM, Google. All right, maybe I can't log in right now. I don't know why. Sorry, guys. But basically, what it will do is it summarize all the information, and you could do a mind map. It made a video of it all. Um, it was pretty incredible, and had a podcast of two people talking about the neighborhood, and it gave me a video summary of it. It was really incredible what it could do. And all you got to do is upload information. I uploaded 3 blog posts from other agents talking about all of the neighborhoods within this neighborhood, San Carlos. It told me about the schools. It gave me a whole rundown of that neighborhood in a way, and it allowed me to understand it and digest it 100 times better. So Notebook LM is great for learning things. Some people have tried it, correct, guys? Yeah, Notebook LM. Yeah, to simplify dense materials. Absolutely. It's a great, great way to do that. And it's pretty much free. And I don't know if there's limits on that. Now, Manus. Has anyone tried Manus before? State of the art. I'm going to give you some free credits to use Manus. But if you have not used it, this is probably my favorite AI tool, agent tool. Yes, Dion. Awesome. I know you tried it. But Manus is great. I'm going to show you what I can do with it. I also used it to become an instant neighborhood expert, and just like Notebook LM, right? But it provided me, another way to deep dive on stuff, and I used it for contract and paperwork handling, almost like transaction management. So I got an offer, you see here, and what I said was, I need to summarize this offer. You know why? Because I'm too lazy to read the offer now. So create a one-page summary with all the key terms. I want you to separate all the documents because, as you know, offers come with disclosure documents, comes with a pre-approval letter, might come with a letter from the agent, whatever it is. I wanted them separated. And um, I wanted not only that, I wanted the initials double checked and signatures double checked on the files themselves. Okay. So upload contracts and summarize, make contract fact sheets, analyze and explain the clauses too, and then separate these documents for me. We literally have to hire a human to do this at our offices, right? But now Manus can do these things, right? AI can do these things. So what it did was it prepared a one-page summary, concise one-page overview of this pricing, financing terms, credits and costs, contingencies, additional documents, and signature status. And you click on it and you can see it, and it was great. Each form from the 19-page offer packet has been separated into its own PDF, right? And then it gave it all separated out and broke it up. And this is what it also showed me. These are the other files. Disclosures regarding agency relationships, CCPA advisory, only in California, where you know what that is, purchase agreement, buyer's investigation advisory, contingency removal, because the buyer submitted contingency removals for this offer or ahead of time because they wanted it so badly. Market conditions advisory document. And what it did was it checked for me. Both trustees signed all forms and initialed each page of the purchase agreement. No seller initials or signatures appear in the purchase agreement or contingency removal, right? Because I just received the offer. So of course the seller didn't sign it. But contingency removal. The buyer removed nearly every contingency. Financing, appraisal, title review, inspections, disclosures. Seller initials for acknowledging receipt are blank. Yes, because I just received the offer, but thank you. Incredible. If a human had to do that. I don't know if you need a human to do this anymore. All right, someone asked the question here. What's the easiest way to prove outcome to be sure details are set? Double check it with yourself, right? You got to double check it yourself. You can't rely on these things for critical stuff. Now, in this case, I would double check it myself, right? But eventually it's going to get so good. You know, you could also have another way to do it is to just send it to two different AIs. So maybe you could have ChatGPT agent tool and Manus both do it and see. Manus is there's credits. So if you run out of credits, you got to buy. But I give you free credits. What else? That's a good question. Let me see. Record. Okay. Those are the only things. So Manus, that's a great one to use it for, right? Now, this is what an agent does. It does multiple tasks all at once, right? Things that are step by step, that takes many, many steps. Manus is super good at doing, and it's really great at predicting what you want next. All right, let's see here. Why is this one taking so long to load? Come on, you can do it. You can do it. What are you doing? Let me refresh here. Debbie, you have a question? Oh yeah, here it is. So this is the offer summary. Look at this. Buyer, seller, property, offer date, offer price, initial deposit, new first loan, cash down payment, close of escrow, offer expiration, seller credit to buyer cost. This is how you get your buyer commission. Buyer's cost, contingencies. Here are all the contingencies. This is incredible. Incredible what it did. Look at this. Signatures. Summary. This offer proposes to purchase the property at 880 with $26,000 good earnest money deposit, $660,000 loan. This is just incredible what it can do. All right. Let's see. Yes, Notion. I don't pay for Notion, Claudio. So I don't use it. I tried it in the very beginning, but I don't pay for Notion, so I didn't want to dive into it. I'm sure it's good. It was one of the first ones that came out with stuff. All right. Let's see here. Come on, let's go. HOA Hero. This is a really cool one that I saw. It's a proprietary AI system, and what it does is it summarizes your HOA documents, and it'll provide you financials, HOA details, governance and policies, property use and restrictions, conditions and improvements, insurance and risk and community. It summarizes it all. So if you're a buyer, right, and you or your buyer agent, and your buyer receives disclosures, you can use HOA Hero to help you summarize this stuff. And there's a like special promo code they gave us, My Hero, for get your first report free. And then they offer Realty One Group members unlimited free reports for the remainder of the month. Try it out. It's really, really impressive. I use this for one property, and it gave me this great summarizable report. Huge time saver. Now, I would not tell your buyer, this is my summary that I made. Tell them that this was AI summarized, right? And then, but I would not say it was from you. Now, back to Manus. Okay, I used it to evaluate renters. Okay, and automate and streamline the rental application process. So that Manus's AI agents will read and summarize complex rental applications instantly. Evaluating the tenants. It also checked their income and then checked the rent. And it told me, based on recommended income to rent ratios, whether they were qualified or not. I didn't even tell it to do that. Strengths and concerns. It will also give an objective overview of each applicant's key strengths and potential concerns, ranked them. I used this for that property I showed you earlier, 18 Lansing, that 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1,500 square foot live work loft with a roof deck. That we were asking 5,500 for. And just to give you an idea how hot the rental market in San Francisco is, that thing, I got 3 applications within 24 hours, 9 showings, and 3 applications within 24 hours. People were falling all over each other trying to get in there. So anyway, this is the summary request. Now, I got 3 applications, and not even 3 applications, 3 application pairs. They were 3 different applications from 2 different people each. So I had to review 6 different rental applications with credit reports, background check. I had to check whether they were employed, their references. So I just told Manus to do it. Why? Because I'm lazy. If I didn't tell you before, I'm lazy. So what it did was it summarized the application for me. And let me try to find it here. Where did it go? So yeah, it was three different applications. So this is what it said. Um, and this is showing the entire thing here. Let me see. Uh, yeah, and then I asked it to create lease approval emails for me, rejection emails, etc. Let me see. Anyway, what it did was it created a spreadsheet for me. Okay, and I told it to put it in a spreadsheet for me. And let me try to find this. And then rank them. Right, here we go. The three application pairs and compare them side by side. This is what it did for me. It took this jumble of information that I got and it put them side by side for me. Okay. It said their combined monthly income and their income to rent ratio, right? And what it did was it actually calculated it for me 7.5 times, 5.8 times, 17.5 times. Now, these guys, I'm not going to show their names, they make 70,000 a month. And I'm like, I'm in the wrong business. They're doctors. So anyway, move-in date. Then it showed number of pets. It showed their current employment, right? It gave me their HR contact, their credit score, and it pulled it all out of these other files that were in these other folders in Google Drive. Background check, current residence, etc., 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 etc. Then it ranked them. Jason and Alice, I'd rank them first. Perfect payment history, excellent income ratio, stable employment, excellent credit scores. And it gave me some concerns. Four pets, two small dogs. I mean, four small dogs. It was actually two small dogs because they combined each applicant said they have two dogs, but it's really the same two dogs. Then it put these guys, the guys that made 70,000 a month last. And I said, why'd you do that? Well, there were some payment history issues it found in the credit report. When I took a glance at it, I didn't see that. And it actually pulled it out of the credit report and showed me. And then it also said the second person self-employed, right? So, and then it said there was a collection item on this guy's credit, the doctor. Ultimately, at the end, it made a recommendation for Jason and Alice, but this saved me. I don't know how much time this would have taken me. Probably a solid hour to 2 hours to go do this and make this, right? It was, it did it in, literally just typing a sentence and it summarized it all for me perfectly. Now, all right, let's see what else. We are gonna keep going here. Tenant screening. You guys enjoying this? Is this useful, guys? I just want to, oh, we're almost 10:50. My gosh. All right. Here's another thing that Manus did that I was very surprised about. I said, make these social media videos, find these social media videos for me or make them, right? But actually, what I told it was find it. And so when the amazing thing, I was looking for these particular videos, and what's cool about Manus is that it will it's over helpful. It will predict what you want. So I was asking it to look for these videos for me, but it said, if I can't find it, I will make them for you. And I said, okay, go ahead. I didn't really put much faith in it. And I said, fine, do whatever you want. You be you. And so it goes, okay, it made me a video of San Francisco Victorians. Now, what I was asking for was the San Francisco Peninsula, which is Silicon Valley area, because that's hard to find, those kind of videos. You don't find that anywhere. Now, but it may be these San Francisco, then it may be this picture of a house, video of a house, okay? Because it couldn't find these things. Now, this is in Tiburon, Marin. This is the opposite location. So I said, you know what, that's not right. But it made all these. This is more East Bay, I would say. Um, and then it made this other video. And I said, that's interesting, but change, this is Victorian, and this one's in the Marin Tiburon area. Redo it. So then what it did was it started looking up online what houses in these areas look like. So it looked at in Atherton, the number two highest um, sale price town, average sale price in any town in the country. It looked up online what a typical Atherton mansion looks like. That's pretty similar to what one looks like. And then it made this one as well. These are made up videos, guys. Um, and then it looked up San Mateo. And if you know San Mateo, that's what these are some of the starter homes, what they look like. This looks just like a San Mateo home. And then it looked up Hillsboro. And this looks like a Hillsboro home, actually. So I was really shocked and blown away by this. And it did this on its own without any direction doing this. So instead of just making it did research. Think about what it did. It did market research first into what these homes look like and then replicated a home and it made it on its own. So this saved me godly amounts of times. In fact, I couldn't do these. My alternative would be to hire a videographer, a video guy to go out and do this, and I have to get permission to do this. And it's not even my listing. I'd have to find a listing to do this on. So think about the capabilities of what it can do. Now, Manus was really great at that. All right, I am going to speed through the rest of this talk because we are running out of time. Running comps, easy to run comps on. They're getting better and better. You just got to, kind of work with it a little bit. Um, Let me skip through this slide. This one's not important. It wasn't supposed to be in there. This is running comps, running comps. Uh, this is what it made for me when I was doing the San Carlos comp analysis. It pulled up all this information for me. I didn't have to log into the MLS and do this. It gave it all for me in one nice report. It's a huge time saver. Now another thing I did. This seller, 74 Cedar Street in San Carlos, wants recommendations on what to do to the front of the house to make it more sellable. So this is what the home looks like. And I asked both ChatGPT and Manus to come up with curb appeal improvements for this. Now, what it did was Manus said add landscaping. The front yard is mostly bare mulch. Consider adding drought-tolerant plants, succulents, lavender, rosemary, ornamental grass, etc. Tree trim. Lightly trim the tree on the left to keep it shaped and let the house show through more. Fresh mulch. Put fresh mulch down. Walkway and porch. Highlight the entry. Handrail update. Front door and trim. Front door color. Um, window trim, garage door, driveway, update porch light, house number. I mean, I could never come up with this report. I'm not a landscape architect, right? And then I said, all right, I don't like to read words. I want to see an image. Why? Because I'm lazy. Can you render the image of the house to show me what it would look like? This is what it did. It made this image of the house. This is what it looks like before, the original. And then it made this image here. Okay. Uh Pretty fast. I didn't have to do much. ChatGPT did this. It changed the house a little bit though, which I didn't like. It made the roof a little different and it changed the front door. So Manus changed it a little bit too, but not bad. Not bad. Pretty incredible what you can do. All right. Let me see. Let me get through the rest of this talk. Role playing. Oh, I use ChatGPT, the voice interactive mode, to help me role play before I met these high-end buyers. Now, the twist was they were Chinese buyers. My Chinese is rusty. I could speak Chinese, but it's been a while, and I haven't done a transaction in Chinese in some time. So I said, pretend you're a Chinese buyer from mainland China And I learned Chinese in Taiwan. Different Chinese than mainland China. And it's and they have a $2 to $4 million budget. But my Mandarin now is rusty. Can you pretend to be the buyer and role play the whole convo with me? That's what it did. It turned into Chinese ChatGPT, and I was speaking to it. I would play the recording if I had it, but I don't have it. But you can easily do it in ChatGPT. Go in there, tell it to use any language, teach you that language, or pretend to speak in that language. And when I was speaking to it, it corrected me when I used words incorrectly. And it taught me certain words that I didn't know. It was incredible. High note, our tool, AI listing presentation tool, AI assisted, uh, deliver it with the web, send links, track engagement. We have lots of great testimonials here. Dion is on here as well. She loves it. She uses it for all of her buyer and listing presentations. Christine Zybel, she uses it and wins listings with it. Kenneth Powell as well. Check it out, guys. Oh, oh, you know what, Dion? It was a video and it got cut there. But your video was really cute. Sorry about that. You look great though. Uh, all right. We have great Realty One templates as well, all built into the tool. All right, here's the homework that you have. If you're not already, pay for one of these tools. ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, Manus. Do your research, right? Ask it to do things. Push it, right? You'll be shocked when I push it, I am absolutely blown away what it can do. Like those images and figuring out the bed that was the primary bedroom just by looking at the queen size bed. So many things. You need to retrain yourself on how do you use a computer now. I'm finding myself needing to retrain how I use a computer and how I use Google. I don't go to Google anymore. I don't know about you, but I haven't gone to Google in some time now. I'm only in these AI tools, asking it to get me the answer. I'm too lazy to go search and read, right? Now, get the slides here. We will email these to you, but if you want to sign up and get them right now, this is what you get. You're gonna have a free guide on how to win listings, guaranteed. That's provided by Highnote. You're gonna get the slides of this talk. You're gonna get 20% off of Highnote. And you're gonna get 500 credits to Manus free, as well as a comment browser invite, plus one free month or Perplexity Pro. So you're gonna get that automatically. You don't need to scan this right now. Thank you. I beat the hour just barely. I will leave it open for questions. Yes, Dion, we're gonna send you we'll send you the templates. Um, cool. Shake hands and share home. Made fudge. Oh, presentation was great. Thank you, Lonnie. I think any other questions, guys, that I can answer? I could stay on and answer any questions that people have. Um, Let me know and I will provide it. Okay, yeah, thank you very much, everyone. And any questions? What was that? Who would you use to analyze a solar PPA? Try Manus. I would do Manus. Manus is so good. In my experience, Manus uh, is the tool I would go to use to do complicated things. Um, like that analysis. It just seems to work with so many things. Chat worked with some things and not other things. Overall, Manus, the hit rate on Manus for all the things I wanted to do, comps. I can't even tell you all the things. The other things I have to do is watch the market for my buyer. I have a buyer who's trying to buy in neighborhoods that I'm not super familiar with. And I always have to do a lot of work to look. And he's all over the place. He wants to buy in East Bay, San Francisco, Mill Valley. These areas are in 3 different MLSs. I don't got time to work with this buyer, but I want to help him, right? So, what do I do? Well, I use Manus to help him. And I just basically tell him what's this guy's requirements and I will tell Manus to look for it and then email me when it finds stuff that would be good for them. Um, so for them, and then I whatever it surfaces, I kind of look at it, and I will look at the results, and then I will craft an email and send it to them, and it's been working. You know, thank you. Claude is great, Carol. I don't use it as much. I've tried, but it's great for writing, as I find, and a lot of people tell me to that too. The writing seems to be a little bit better in Claude. And I've tried their artifacts, their agent stuff. It's been okay, but I haven't had that big like, oh my God, this is incredible that I've had with things like Nano Banana, Manus, tools like this that have just really blown my socks off. Claude is good. It's good. It's a very good one, and not to say it's not good, but it's quality, definitely quality. Gemini is really good. They're coming out with all kinds of stuff. Notebook LM. So Notebook LM, chat. Notebook LM is good because it's free. Um, Manus, I pay for personally. I pay for Manus as well. Emailing us. Yes, Carla, we'll send you everything. Everyone that was on this call is gonna get an email. Chime. Chime Note. I've never done Chime Note. What's Chime Note, Gillian? I don't know what that is. I love learning stuff that I don't know. Chime Note. Oh, Chime, the AI voice record. I've never done it. Is that what you're talking about? Similar to Claude. Okay. Chime, the CRM, right? Oh, wait, no, this is not the CRM. Chime Note. This one? I've never tried it. I feel like they all can record and summarize things, though. Do you feel it? Do you feel it differently? Oh, it's a hardware device. You bring it with you. Ah. Yeah, I don't know. I know people that like I'm in the Bay Area, so people do weird stuff. I've people like they're wearing the Ray-Bans glasses and they're recording the video. I'm like, bro, turn that off. Or they'll have like a little lanyard that they're connected with and it's always recording all day long. And then what it would do is it'll download the recording and summarize his day and add to-dos. I mean, it's cool. I think it's cool. I don't need it as much, but I think it's cool. Oh, it's back on your phone. Interesting. Yeah. I think it's interesting. But in California, you can't record without people's consent. So we can't use it here um, so easily. Yeah. You're technically challenged. Yeah. I mean, it's good. Just use your phone. I would talk unless it provides something else. But ChatGPT, I talk into ChatGPT all the time. I use Siri. Siri's terrible, but I hope Siri will get better. I use yeah, ChatGPT. If you want to talk to something, ChatGPT is a good one to talk to. But if you need to record something, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's a good one. I'll check that out. I've never tried it. Cool. Yeah, East Bay. Yeah, I know. Really weird. Berkeley, Oakland, so many different places. Multiple buyer offers in the spreadsheet. Manus. Which one do you like for multiple offer buyers in the spreadsheet? Manus was great. That those it's exactly what I did with the renter apps, right? It's exactly the same thing. I just put the offers all in one each folder, and then I told it to just and I gave it buyer offer one, buyer offer two, buyer offer three, and I gave it the parent folder and said, look at these three offers and compare and contrast. You'd be shocked. Do it and then double check everything though. But you'll be shocked. And then it'll make it and just tell it, put it in a spreadsheet and compare the offers and rank them. You don't even have to say rank them. It ranks them for you without even you asking. That's what's great about Manus. It kind of like predicts what you want to do next. It just assumes what it wants to do. It's very, very good. Very good. Yes, Casey. Oh, you put your hand out. Casey, yes. You put your hand up again. Message away. Any other questions I did not answer? Yes, Ari, comment. That's the one I use. What do you use Perplexity for the most? Searching. Perplexity is really good at searching stuff. Um, so what do I mean? Like, let's say, oh, find me, I don't know, find me, if you want to look, find me the best couch options. I'm trying to buy a couch now. So I would go to Perplexity for search because it's really good at providing references to what it finds. Um, but they're all all of them are getting good at everything. They're just getting good at they just do different things now well. Perplexity came out as like kind of a Google killer, but more of a search-based one, and it had annotations and citations. Chat didn't have those before, but then they added them. So they're all kind of getting good at everything. What aspect of this business venture do you enjoy most? I know it's a huge challenge. Building a tool. What aspect, Carla asked a really good question. What aspect of this business venture are you enjoying most? I know. Building a tool simple enough for real estate agents to get benefit out of is probably the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my life. Real estate agents don't use tech that well in general. So by building a tool that's simple enough for a real estate agent to use and to get benefit out of it has been the greatest challenge of my life, more than anything, more than being married, more than raising kids, more than anything. And it's been excruciatingly painful, but very enjoyable at the same time, if you can believe that. All right. Thank you for asking that question. Any others? Uh, we don't use tech enough. My husband's an engineer at Livermore Labs and loves math. Oh, good. Yeah, he's at the forefront. Livermore. All right, what else, guys? Any other questions I can help? Did everyone leave? There's 39 people still on. I think a lot of you fell asleep, or you or you just have it on replay on. I'll stay on a little bit longer. Solar PP, interesting. Okay, good. Any other? Yeah, Manus is powerful. Thank you, everyone. All right, Grace, it's past an hour. We're gonna end it. Thank you so much. We're gonna do a follow up on this um, pretty soon. I would suspect. How often do you guys want to see these? I would love to take a poll. Every quarter? Once a quarter? Not sleeping. Got it. Every quarter, maybe? I swear, I gave this talk, a version of this talk to CAR, California Association of Realtors. This was a month ago. I had to change a lot of these slides because a lot of them were out of date. I mean, the acceleration of, and I don't even know what's going to happen a year from now. I gotta be honest with you. We're going to see huge, huge, uh, you know, impressive, revolutionary applications that come out of this. It's just starting, which is really shocking. Cool, every quarter. All right, guys, thank you so much. Monthly would be great. I wish I could do. I mean, we do monthly, not to Realty One Group, but we do monthly one for Highnote, and we'll include everyone on the on that email as well. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Until next time.